All right, guys, and what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am back at you again for the next Wolfenstein 3D Let's Play on this channel. I've been promising on this one for a while, and it's a big one, guys. It's probably going to be by far one of, and maybe the hardest Wolfenstein mod I have ever tried to play. And I've said this about several mods, I'm pretty sure. The last one we did, Hitler the Ninth Gate, was pretty tough. It was short, but I did that one as I discovered that one more recently, and it was more of like a warm-up game for what we were about to get. Of course, we also did the Christmas special edition. I forgot about that one, but yeah, it's a warm-up for this game, which I'm not sure might have been enough. I have never really played this mod before. I've watched videos though through Linking 203 and a couple other channels of other people who've done this game, but this game. Oh boy, I definitely am very interested to see where this one goes. This is a tough one. This game is hard. A lot of the maps, especially on the I Am Death Incarnate difficulty, as Barry Christian mentions in the Read This, that this one is quite a challenge for us Wolfenstein veterans. And again, I've been playing Wolfenstein 3D since I was 8 years old. I didn't really discover any other mods, though, until I got to high school. But yeah, I think this one could take the cake. There are 37 maps in this game. 34 regular levels, 3 secret levels that are scattered throughout the game. Apparently the last secret floor is very well hidden. So I find it very interesting, how hidden that is. And when we find that one, we get to it later in the game. I believe there are 3 or 4 boss battles in this game. There are some new enemies, which we'll get to, of course, as the game goes on. And, of course, we'll see the mutants back. We didn't see any in Hitler at the Ninth Gate. But I think that's not until we get onto the laboratory. So, real quick as always, what is the story of this game? So, for what I got, it's 1943, like one of the darkest times for the Second World War. And there's a Nazi nuclear physicist named Joseph B. Engelke, if I pronounced this name correct, who is putting together this weapon that he had to make from splitting an atom, which is hence why it's called Atomprojekt, to help Hitler, use it to attack London, pretty much. So we're basically just trying to go there and stop, the formation of this weapon and assassinate Engelke. And once again, just, stop Hitler and his mad plans, basically. Of course, the weapon is being funded by Hitler himself and management of the military installation in Erlangen. So right now, apparently, we have no idea where Engelke's laboratory is. So we got to go to Erlangen first and discover his plans, which I believe are guarded by General Fekgeset there. So we will go from there to the laboratory to eventually end Engelke as well and stop his weapon as well, which we do that in floor 33. And floor 34, we fight Engelke. So that's basically the story. Again, there are some new enemies, some stuff similar to what we saw in Passage to Holland 2, in terms of designs and whatnot, walls or floors, and even the some enemies, and also like the rotten food and a couple other ways to help us lose health. Well, not help us, but disadvantages are there as well. So most of that stuff is returning, but there is some new stuff. Mostly it's with some new enemies, some new music tracks. But yeah, this game is going to be challenging. And with my other big game Let's Plays in my schedule, it may take me a while to get through this one, which would not surprise me. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what challenge this game brings. I know there's going to be several maps that are going to take me at least 20 minutes to do, maybe even longer than that, from what I breezed through the playthroughs as well. But without further ado, guys, enough talking. Let's start fighting and, save the world again and stop Hitler and Engelke from creating this big weapon that they're going to be using against London, basically. So we got to stop that. If you think about it, it's pretty much the same story as it was for Inspector Gadget 2 and Claw escaped from prison. He was trying to build that big weapon, but, that's a whole nother day for that. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get started with this very challenging Let's Play, Barry Christian's Wolfenstein 3D Atomprojekt. is, despite the challenge to this game, we've got 100% kills, 100% secrets, and 100% treasure. And if you got all that, your final score at the end of floor 1 should be 118,300. But I'm not going to be updating you guys as often with that as I was in Halo 9. I only did that because you don't see those numbers at the end. But yeah, we're playing there. And also, I forgot to mention in the intro, you can actually get up to 125 ammo for your weapons as well, if I did not say that. But about floor 1, I mean, yes, I said this game is tough. This map is not too difficult. I'd say it's a nice introduction, I'd say, to what we're eventually going to get, though. But it's a nice, like, easy little breeze, I gotta say, but it's still challenging in terms of the fact that there's a lot of enemies. And, you know, most Wolfenstein mods allow you only to have just no more than 149 enemies. Well, this one, there's more. I think there's even a map that has like 200 some enemies in it. But this map wasn't too bad, although, again, it does have, you know, its polluting of enemies. And what also kind of makes it tough is there's no chain gun on this map. There is, you know, the machine gun that you have to get from a Schustaffel, but even before that, you're going to be battling enemies with just a pistol, and even just the machine gun is not always going to be, you know, enough. It's going to be tough to try to, you know, fend off of, you know, amounts of Schustaffel, just like in like that long red hallway, which is why you got to stay back sometimes. Of course, you know, you don't want to venture off too far, so they could go into other rooms as well. But it's just the challenge with this game. A lot of enemies, going to be a lot of, you know, open hallways that you're going to be, you know, venturing through, and you could be starting off maps like in the middle of an ambush, basically. And of course, what also is unique also, there's a couple spots that have, like, you know, rooms where, like, you know, other enemies can hear you, and they can come out of, like, you know, either sides of the doors, once again, just trapping you. So just a lot to be prepared for when it comes to this game. This is just like a little bit of a taste of what you're going to get. It's not really that difficult, again, this first map, but once again, it will get hard, trust me. Again, I haven't really played this game before, but once again, as from watching, you know, other YouTubers do this one on this game, I mean, on here, I can tell that this one's definitely going to be a time-consuming and very challenging Let's Play for sure. But once again, I look forward to it. I'm up for the challenge. But guys, that's it for floor 1. 36 more maps to go, and we still got to make our journey through Erlangen to get to the plans to find out where Engelke's lab is. So moving on to floor 2 in the next video. Until then, guys, I am the Club of the Man, 1993.